It's me, Kamaran again. Kind of when I walk like this, I kind of walk blindly wherever. And I gotta be more careful because sometimes, like that treatment plant that I walked into, there could have been a guard out there and I could have gotten in trouble or got a summons to go to court. So this is a park, and I'm not sure if there's a curfew, but I kind of don't see anybody. And out of sight, out of mind, and I'm pretty unnoticeable. You know, I'm wearing a black trench, not a trench, a black pea coat and hood and stuff. I mean, the white hood is obviously noticeable, but it's not like I'm sketching or anything. I'm just walking. You know, and I know how to say something and defend myself if a cop or somebody was ever to ask me why I'm walking. You know what you say. You say exactly what you're doing, honestly, without persecuting yourself. You know, I would just be like, I'm just going for a walk and I'm taking a film to show myself and my friends, but mainly just for me because I like to do it. And I like art and film. If you want me to leave, I'll leave. That's what I tell them. I don't even like to talk too much anymore, really, unless it's like really from the heart. I don't talk out of the heart anymore. But now I'm losing interest in talking too much, or sometimes not at all. Because, you know, the most powerful way of proving your point is not saying anything at all. And it took me too much pain and too many times of being humbled by people for me being an arrogant or a depressive asshole or a worthless, whatever, not worthless, but seemingly worthless, you know, whatever, to actually experience that, you know, my actions, physically actions don't need words, really. Like, somebody could go through their whole life being mute, you know? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but, you know, see, down there's the river, and I can't get down there from here. I mean, I'm not afraid. I mean, I'm pretty much into woods and climbing over fences and all territory. I've jumped off fences 15 feet in the air and landed on my feet due to my new shape that I'm in, which is scaring me. You know, I'm a small dude, but I'm in good tone, and my muscles really pack a strength that scares me. And it's pretty much a direct result of my purpose within my higher power's will, whatever God's will, Spirit's will, and by some of the drug damage channeled through a clean life. Because, I mean, I'm no counselor, but I am going to school to be a drug counselor. It's a playground. And I'm going to school to be a counselor for substance abuse at the same time as my music. Because helping somebody get clean is more of a priority than music for me right now. But music's very high as a priority, but, you know what I'm saying? They got to go hand in hand. They can't be one and not the other. How could I do that? For instance, basketball. I never thought I'd be the basketball player I am. I could probably beat everybody in Dobbs Ferry and Ardsley and all those towns now. And it's nothing to be proud of. Why? You know, being in jail and living in Queens, Jamaica, in a fucking therapeutic community for 2 years with people from all over the boroughs and even Westchester and Long Island. You get all aspects of basketball. Plus, I played with people in Rutger when I used to hang out in those areas and stuff. I thought I was hood, and people actually accepted me in the hood. Some did, some didn't, most didn't, whatever, most did. And the people that did taught me their trade on the streets. Even though I looked like a pure little suburbia kid, they saw a desperation to be something different, something negative, something street, something fake. And I learned the trick of the trade. And that's why nobody could really. Let me stop. Nobody's ready for that. Alright. So I really have no idea. I think I know way more than I know. I have no idea where this river is. I know it's there. It's all in that little circumference. But being here, where I am right now, and I can't really get across any of these fences. You know? It's not able to be done right now. And kind of bothers me a little bit. You know? And when you see my eyes, don't be like, that's something that's scaring people. My father thought I was high the other night. My eyes are very bright and they're very honest. And the reason I don't have to blink is because I spent, roughly maybe 700 trips doing that stuff, hallucinogen trips. And when you trip, you don't really blink too much. Sometimes you blink 3 times in 7 hours. And those abilities, those weird physical abilities we pushed, from being on drugs, they take hold when you're clean. Because drugs, everything you learn on drugs, and I'm not really talking about dope and crack, I'm talking about the mind drugs, the ones that open up your third eye, and mine's wide open right now. It has been for a long time. They do that. They're really doing that to us. But it's a cheap, temporary way. And then when you come down off the drug, the only way to keep that peace of mind or that new clarity is to get high again. And then your tolerance builds up. And you can't experience it eventually until you try a new drug or hit bottom, and then you gotta get clean. And if you don't want to do what the people tell you, the rehabs and whatever, I go to meetings, so that's my place. And rehab never worked for me. I went to 17 rehabs. The point is, the only way the permanent clarity and unlimited potential, because we have unlimited potential, it's very real. The only way is to really be clean of all substances, because you have to remember what we were created. I'm not talking about any specific religion or anything. We're created exactly how we are. Hands, feet, face, eyes, senses, brains. We got abilities no other species has. But I don't know that. See, everyone runs around and says they know things. Nobody knows nothing. Except that we're beings here, and there's other beings here, and this is a place we live. If a fact was a fact, how would you call it a fact? How could you know it if you don't know it? People look you right in the eye and say, I know what this school is, and I know what these people are teaching me, and I know how to be a teacher in this trade, and I know what astrophysics is, and I know what science is, and I know what the stars are. And then I'll say to you, yeah? How do you know? And then they'll say, well, because the textbook I studied for 5 years gave me the degree that I have, and it says it in the book. And I'll say, okay, who wrote the book? And what gives him the qualities and the clarification and the qualifications that make him able to say that it's a fact that's in that book is an exact fact, 100%. Fact means 100% true. And they'll say, because he went to college for 20 years and studied under a university. And then I'll say, okay, so what university are you going, and what makes that university so capable more than the college you went to teach a fact? And they'll say, because they were the first that ever did it. And you see how it is? It goes on a big spiral of people are just blind. Not everybody, but people are just denying themselves of this knowledge that I've gained. My idol is Maynard James Keenan, that he has. I would be nothing without his influence in his music, and the rest of Tool, Danny Carey, Justin Chancellor, Adam Jones. I'd be nothing without Tool, and any of the other artists, because everything that you can learn from anything. You can learn from anything in this world. See, I just flashed the camera at them. You know what I just learned? I don't need to be doing that in the street and flashing when I'm doing my videos, because they could say something to me, and then I'll just rob myself of the moment and get a little conflict. I'd be able to handle it and say I'm sorry, but anything you learn, you channel into